Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This is ridiculous. We have a communist accusing another communist of trying to subvert the communist country's democracy. That is communist number one, Justin Trudeau, accusing communist number two, president or whatever he is of China, Xi Jinping, of trying to subvert Canada's democracy. Well, I don't know, you might call what you have over there in Canada democracy, but you definitely have a tyrant as the Prime Minister, and he is not a friend of democracy whatsoever. I'm assuming that, like always, a thief recognizes a thief immediately as soon as he enters the room. So if you're in a room and you have 50 people and a thief comes in, he looks around, he would spot the other thieves just by their behavior. They don't have anyone to talk. So just look at them and say, okay, this is a thief, that's a thief, that's a thief. They know one another, and the thieves, when they look around and see him entering the room, they know he's a thief. So I guess Trudeau, when he looks at Xi Jinping, says, all right, that's a communist right there. And Xi Jinping looks around at Trudeau, well, that's a communist right there. I would say a tyrant more than a communist, but communists are tyrants. Not all of them, but that's the ideology. This article comes from Republic World. It's coming from today, November 8, 2022. Justin Trudeau accuses China of taking, and I'm quoting, aggressive steps against Canada's democracy. However, China has denied these allegations made by the Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, and stated that the country has no interest in Canada's internal political affairs. Now you know that's not true. They all have interest in other countries because they're not friends. They're all in competition, or even they consider one another enemies. They're not allies. They're just, their interests coincide for some time, some period of time, and then they separate and they attach to another country that, or another group that has the same interest, and then after that's been accomplished, they go to another one. They could remain friends and allies with those if there is a big boss who keeps you with a little leash that you can't go anywhere anymore, like European Union and NATO, then yes, you have to be aligned with their interest. It's like grabbing a tiger by the tail. You can't let go anymore. It's going to turn around and eat you. On November 7, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau accused China of playing aggressive games with Canada's democracy and institutions. Who's talking? In his statement, Trudeau said, "We have taken significant measures to strengthen the integrity of our election process and our systems, and will continue to invest in the fight against election interference, against foreign interference of our democracies and institutions." So much bullshit I haven't heard in a long time. However, China has denied these allegations made by Canadian Prime Minister and stated that the country has no interest in Canada's internal political affairs. And I don't buy that either. A Chinese Foreign Ministry official, Zhao Lijiang, commented that Canada should not make such remarks and that these remarks can, quote, and I'm quoting, harm its relationship with China, end quote. The Chinese Foreign Ministry official also added that the relationship between countries can only be built on the basis of mutual respect, equality, and mutual benefit, end quote. Canada alleges China of intervening in Canada's democracy. According to Global News, a local broadcaster in Canada, China was allegedly involved directly in the election, and they had funded a clandestine network of candidates in a recent ballot. Well, yeah, that might be true because Trudeau was elected. So yes, they might have interfered. A report also mentioned that Beijing directed transfers of funds to at least 11 federal election candidates. It has been reported that some members of the alleged clandestine network were knowingly aligned with the Chinese Communist Party. The role of the CCP's United Front Work Department has allegedly expanded and intensified under the presidency of Xi Jinping, with a main function to mobilize society abroad to fulfill CCP's objectives. The body allegedly runs orchestrated operations and was working out of Chinese embassies and used proxies to generate funds and push into Canada's democracy. End quote. A month ago, a Royal Canadian Mounted Police was looking into the records of criminal activity in relation to so-called police stations operated by China. You know that? Do you guys over there in China have Chinese police stations? I saw another article. I saw one about a month ago I read. What's up with that? Further, it was followed by Safeguard Defender, which is a Spain-based human rights group who said that the offices have been used by Chinese police to carry out operations on foreign soil and pressure Chinese nationals abroad, whereas China has clarified that the locations simply offer services like the renewal of driver's license. Well, I have to go to that little point. You don't have any, let's say, Romanians in Canada, you will not have Romanian crime or your Romanian mafia. And you will not have Romanian police offices open in Canada. You will not have Romanian domestic violence. You will not have Romanian drunks and many other vices that might be attached to Romanians. And also you will not have Romanian government trying to interfere in your elections. But you do have Romanians, and you get more and more Romanians in the name of diversity, inclusion, and equity. And I think Canada also has this stupidity of diversity is our strength, and we're gonna get more Romanians. So, more Romanians, more cohesive your society will be. I would like to congratulate you. I think you got my point, Canadians. And not only by Canadians, but Americans as well. You say, wait a second, the United States was built on Romanians coming here and so on. Well, no. No. When it was formed for certain kind of Romanians, not these Romanians, if you know what I mean. These Romanians are, I don't know, I don't want to use more words, but on that issue. But you got this problem. You didn't need to have this problem, but you have it, and you will have more and more and more Romanians coming, and the problem will grow to such a point where the Romanians will be a majority, and the, I don't know, the Canadian-born Canadian natives will become a minority. And then what? I guess the culture will be the same. That's why Romania is doing so great and Canada is doing so bad. Because Romanian culture was better. That's why we like to stay there instead of coming here. We voted and we choose our country with coming here, walking here. So that, you know, anyway, you want to fuck up your country, go ahead. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.